Hello, Cancer. How are you guys doing? Welcome to Ernest Tarot and your monthly tarot reading for the month of January 2025. Today we are the first, so you are really entering this year just with a lot of love, I feel. I chose for you this Lover's Oracle. And so let's see. This is going to be talking about any relationship that you have. Whether it's familial, whether it's romantic, whether it's platonic, sexual, whether it's parent child, whether it's work, business partnership, whatever it is, right? Just whatever relationship that really matters to you in this moment, this reading is going to be about that. And it's really going to focus on your relationships overall. So let's take a look at that and see what do you have in terms of energy. Like, how are you entering the month, dear Cancer? What is the energy that you are carrying with you at the beginning of the month? Where are you right now? I'm sorry, these are a little bit hard to shuffle. Probably maybe like your relationships, a little bit hard to shuffle. Let's see. So where are you at? Okay. So first of all, here we have, when it comes to matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love. And so this is probably talking about your choices, right? Whether you decided to end the relationship or start a new one, whether you decided to say something or not say something, whether you decided to do something or not to do something, whatever it is, this is all about choices, right? And this is saying that really at the beginning of this month, you shouldn't be focusing too much on what's right or what's wrong, because that is really just subjective and there is no absolute truth here. At the end of the day, every choice you make, regardless of what you deem of it, regardless of how you judge it or of how society judges it, regardless, it is always for your highest good, meaning it is always there to expand your understanding of life and love, right? So it's always going to be either teaching you a lesson or telling you shouldn't do that again, or maybe confirming a good thing that you did. It could be validating a new strategy that you undertook. It could be affirming you. It could be helping you grow. It could be allowing you to be vulnerable again. It could be helping you to protect yourself, whatever it is, right? This is saying just assume your choices. No need for judgment at the beginning of the month. And this is telling me that recently you have taken some sort of choice. Well, we all take a lot of choices every day, like a bunch of them, right? Now, this is saying about an important one that you seem to be mulling over in your head, right? You seem to be overthinking about this particular choice, indeed. And so, whoa, these are not gonna stand here. You're wobbly, Cancer. What's going on? All right. And so I'm gonna pick another card to see what comes with this one. And so let's see what is challenging you or reinforcing that point of view. And so what do we have here? We have a message for you. I am thinking of you this very moment. Your love fills me with light. I love you. All right. Amazing. Okay. So, okay. So, this is talking about, this is a message literally from someone that is very dear to your heart. So whether you have taken a misstep towards that person, they're here to tell you, I understand, I'm thinking of you, I love you so much, right? Don't overthink it. Whether you chose them as well to be in a relationship with them, they really have a lot of feelings for you. If this is talking about you taking space from someone or whatever, or maybe life threw you in different directions, this is saying that you are appreciated by that person, regardless of the choice that you took, right? And that's very important because, whenever there's like the feeling of love and appreciation involved, it really doesn't matter, especially in this particular case, to weigh the choice, whether it was right or it was wrong. It is what it is. You took it. It's going to expand your understanding, right, of life and of love. And you got to know that whoever this person is on the other equation, they're really thinking about you this very moment at the beginning of the month, right? Around this the first week. And they just love you, right? By the way, interpret this like you want, right? Like I said, this could be a business relationship, so it could be like I love you, like I love your work, I appreciate you, all of that, right? So yeah. All right. Now, let us. By the way, like Cancer is also like a sign that's all about like family and all about also love and all about this warmth feeling and these lovely emotions. And it's amazing that you got this oracle heart-shaped or cards for your reading. So yeah, that's another confirmation that you gotta deal with this month. So yeah, let us see now. What's going on in your mind, in your heart, dear Cancer? Okay, let's see. Criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. Yeah, this is dear Cancer telling you that you really ought to just accept each other, right? And I feel like since this is talking about what you're feeling on the inside, I think you're second doubting yourself, and you shouldn't, because you're someone who, how to say it, like you're debating this. So I'm not really like able to see right now. We'll see like as I draw further cards, if you're really second guessing yourself and doubting yourself, thinking that like no, the other person is wrong here or right, and you're trying to judge them and criticize them internally, right? And then you're second doubting yourself. Or if you really are someone who is non-judgmental like at all, right? And so this is going to help you further down the line transform that relationship. But let's see first, right? Before I draw any conclusions, I gotta see what comes out of this. Let's see what is, how you're manifesting all that energy. Reflection. Give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. Yeah, and I feel that regardless whether you are judgmental and this month, right? Or towards that relationship, and you're trying to tame it down and you're feeling guilty about it and you're like constantly talking with yourself about it, or whether you're not judgmental at all and you don't understand how people can criticize each other, right? And all of that, and you're all about accepting the other person. So whether this is coming from you or stemming from the other person, this is asking you, and not only asking you, I feel like this is already what's coming out of you. So I think you're giving the other person space, right? You're giving them space. You're like, I felt what I felt, I said what I said, I did what I did, I took that like decision or choice. So I'm gonna give them a moment to process all of this. And I do trust and I do have faith that whatever is gonna play out is going to be for the best. Okay. Now, I'm gonna take a look at what went down in the past with this relationship, something that you already went through, learned, mastered, and yeah, let's see. Surrender. At times we must surrender the old before something new can enter our lives. Let go and all will work out. And I feel that this is a lesson that you already felt in the past, and you went through. I think you went through some hardships when it came to this relationship, and things that were really outside of your control. Like no matter how much you tried to bring both of you together, or work on a certain issue or whatever, it always seemed to backfire. So you sort of like, at the end of the day, you were like, fuck it, I surrender. Whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. And I need to really let go of fighting this old flame, right? Because if it was meant to be, it shouldn't be this hard. So maybe I should just surrender it and allow something new to enter my life, or a new chapter of that relationship, right? Regardless. And so, yeah, I think you already surrendered, and that's great. Now let's see what you're gonna be needing to do after that. Emotions are a natural and necessary part of life, but they can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. Yeah. And we felt that resentment, right? When we were talking about this whole criticizing one another and this inner judgment. So whether you resent the other person for judging you and criticizing you and not accepting you for who you are and trying to change you, or whether it was the other person doing that to you, right? Somewhere along the line, you also like built up some resentment in the what do you call it? Like inside of you. And you know, you shouldn't become bitter. You shouldn't allow this resentment to fester, because it's like black mold. It's gonna eat you alive. And so as much as it's good to feel and validate our emotions, right? But you gotta understand that whenever we are feeling intense emotions towards a situation, we're always seeing everything through that lens. And so it's really not allowing us to see things clearly. We're not able to step back and take a better objective view of the situation, right? As much as possible. And so I think that's why you got the space message, and that's what you're already like doing, which is great, right? But yeah, this is going to be like, as much as you're giving space, the lesson for you here is like, with that space, you still gotta work on yourself. You still gotta teach yourself to not build that resentment, right? You already mastered surrendering, but so you already mastered, or you're at a phase where you're able to let go physically of the right way things need to be handled, but you still didn't surrender emotionally to that process. And so there's a difference there. And so here, you gotta really remember the experience, remember whatever happened, but detach emotionally from the memories and how they made you feel, right? Sometimes when we heal whatever went through, when we heal the past, we're able to watch that video again, right, in our head, of the whole play of what went down, without having strong emotions attached to it. And that's a lesson that you need to learn, because that will allow you to move better forward regarding this relationship or another. So let's continue. Now we're going to take a look at the advice. Twin flames, your passion ignites. Yeah, and I think like the advice here for you is that, whether it is this relationship or another one, right? There is someone for you that's made for you. And once you reconnect with this relationship, or once you meet someone new, believe that passion shall ignite, right? Like, this is saying like, this is not the end of the road, right? Don't despair. You're not going to be lonely, right? With the advice, be open to believing in twin flame, be open to love, right? This is telling you, especially as an advice card, do not shut down. Do not allow that resentment to build your walls up so high that you're no longer open for love, right? You're closing up. So no, believe. Now, let's see what the other person, right? This is a card for the other person, the other relationships. And so That's gonna give us, I think, hopefully a better view regarding that who we're judging who, right? So let's take a look at that. The other person. Okay. So, new beginning, a new adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. So, there's a new beginning here for your other person, right? I'm not sure, again, if this new beginning is with you or completely with someone else. But they have something along those lines. So maybe they're going on a trip, maybe they're going to travel, maybe they are offered a new job, right? Doesn't have to be a new romantic beginning, especially with this card right there, right? This is peace. This is them being able to be in a peaceful emotional space finally, so they're able to embrace a new beginning, follow their dreams and all of that. So yeah, so there's a new beginning for someone else. I hope that with this new beginning, whether you decided eventually to, join them or be with them or not, or start your own new beginning and find your own other twin flame, regardless, I do hope that you let go of that like resentment and detach, like I said, and master this whole thing that we discussed here, right? About not allowing strong emotions to cloud your vision, because I also want you to have a new beginning, right? So yeah, so don't stay holding back to the past, and don't stay behind, right? Life is for the living and it's moving forward. So now let us talk about your expectations. Let us see, what are you expecting, dear Cancer? Look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. Yeah. And I feel that this is you, right? Cancer. And I feel that like somehow for me this is like a little bit of pining, like you're really pining towards this relationship or towards a future relationship, and you feel like you have a deep well of immense and infinite love to give, and you're like there saying like, oh my god, I can love so much, or I love this person so much. How can I show them? Why isn't it the right time to show them? How can I get the opportune time to show them? And as much as all of this is good, I don't want you to be so like deeply self-involved into how much love you can give, because sometimes that can somehow like close you up instead of open you up, right? If that makes sense. All right, now the final outcome out of all of this situation. Let's see for you what's gonna happen, my dear Cancer. Let's see for you what is going to happen. Drum roll. It is important right now to take a step back and spend some time alone. Instead of placing your focus on another, now is the time to give yourself. Yeah. So yeah, regardless of who judged who, Cancer, regardless of how all of this started, what starts with the space and what evolves towards you surrendering and detaching emotionally from the experience and learning from it and staying open to a new relationship, witnessing the other person have a new beginning while still longing and pining. What happens at the end is it's for you, right, to take a complete step back. And I think this is like a self-love type of lesson, and you gotta spend some time alone. You gotta enjoy being alone, right? Being alone is not feeling lonely. There's a difference. And it's gonna teach you to love yourself and focus all that attention on yourself. And if you have all that love for you, say that to yourself. Like look deep within your heart and say that I will feel my own love. My love for me is as deep as the ocean, right? And so by doing that, you'll be able to heal yourself, right? You're going to be reborn like this fetus, angel of love. And so love yourself, because then and only then will you be able to attract your new beginning and your passion will ignite. Now, cliffhanger card for you, dear Cancer, to see how will the energy transition from this month, January 2025, towards the month of February 2025. I love to always end my readings with a cliffhanger card. That's gonna give us like a little sneak peek of how all that energy will move after you take that step back, right? After you love yourself and give time for yourself and energy for yourself. So let's see what you get. My beloved, though we may be physically apart, spiritually we are always united. For love transcends space and time. Nothing is missing. Whoa, that's a crazy cliffhanger, because this is talking about, okay, if this person physically had a new beginning and had to move to another country, another job, another area, another whatever, right? They had circumstances that, you know, made it physically far away from you, right? If this is a friend, maybe they started their own, maybe they got married, maybe they started their own family, whatever it is. If this is a loved one who passed away, someone that you love dearly passed away, right? So whatever it is that physically put you apart from someone, it feels like on a soul level you are still united, and love is transcending space and time, and it feels nothing is missing, right? Once you go on to transcend to that like sort of love that is not bound by space or time. And I don't know, right? Because this means like maybe after you love yourself, you're still pining for that relationship. You still feel like you're there, right? Or you find a way to honor it and live with the memory of this person without needing to be physically with them. I don't know. This is really an open question here. So I'm going to leave it at that, right? This is a message from beyond as well. To if you lost anyone you loved dearly. So, yeah. I love you, Cancer.